Okay, look on the back of the screen and make sure it's recording on the back of the camera. Is it all black?
Yeah.
Okay. Am I here?
That's right. You can turn it on.
Yeah, press the button. It come on? Okay. What do you say? Okay, is that recording? Alrighty. So here we go, folks. We got the fam. We're recording the show. The show, I'm kind of trying to figure out what the name of the show is.
The Grind House.
The Grind House.
You named it already.
Well, I mean, I named it already, but I was also thinking maybe like Eclectic Grind House, because it's like you have your perspective, I have my perspective, and it's kind of a collective of different things and stuff like that. So it'd be kind of like an eclectic experience.
You
and
got
stuff.
some names?
Any ideas? Which I got.
It's a Grind House podcast.
Well, down in the comments below, if you're watching the live stream, if you have any ideas for a name about a show that's just about life and how people just interpret it, and just how we interpret it and how we go through our lives and how we can, just share it, and maybe it'll help you, maybe it won't, maybe it'll just be entertaining, who knows? But ultimately, if you have an idea for a name, questions, or anything else, please put them down in the comments. So it just turned off. We're having some technical difficulties here.
We having technical difficulties already. On the first day of the job, we got the kids recording. It's going down. My ear already messing up. What's happening? You supposed to be the cameraman of the year, bro. Why you give me that face right off?
Nah, this is a camera situation. This is not my ear. He's doing a good job. It's just we're having some technical difficulties. It happens. That's one reason why you do live streams and stuff. You probably should do this type of stuff first and get everything under control before you start the live stream.
Get me on a live stream. How y'all feeling out there, man? Uncle Walt done got me in here doing the podcast. 99 want to be a content creator, so I told her to ask Uncle Walt how to use cameras and stuff. So now we in here. You see, I got my hookah, so now this just became hookah sessions with X, I guess. I'm the only one over here. I seen J-Rock and them doing the luxury brand, all of that. Shout out to Southfield G and all of them. I heard you went to that yesterday, Uncle Walt. It was jumping off.
Oh, yeah, that shit was tight. That was nice. I got some video. I'm probably going to be uploading that soon.
Some exotic.
This is a party.
Exotic drugs.
Oh yeah. I got the little hookup. J-Rock hooked me up with some of his stuff, and it was dope. I feel super relaxed every time I smoked it. So
Shout out to them. I seen Briscoe, Kai, Fakes, all of them pull up. I don't know who else pulled up. I had the kids, as y'all see, so I was at the crib. Hopefully I could pop out one of these days, get out there, see what that's about.
Rolling.
See what that's about. I don't even smoke. I just show up to support.
It went black again. Okay, cool. We is back in action. Just record it for maybe every 3 minutes and then stop and start it and stuff, and it should be okay. We're gonna hope. We're gonna see what happens. Yeah, I think it's just one reason why I wanted to do this show is because I think my family is freaking awesome. I think through the years, one of the biggest things that's been the biggest motivating factor in a lot of what I do, the creativity and the stuff and willing to help people, as well as being outspoken about different social politics and different things, that's all driven because of my family and how they've treated me over the years and how they've allowed me to be myself and grow and things like that. And one of those individuals who's, kind of been inspiring me to be more, have more of a business mind and more focus on generating wealth and things like that is my nephew X. So let's just start off, tell people what's going on with you, where you're at in your life and things like that.
I am mad.
Oh, no worries. Don't worry about it.
I am mad. I think I'm at the point of my life where it's restart and rebuild
Yeah.
for me. I feel like I moved really, really fast, lost people, built new connections, things of that nature. So for me, it's about, I'm used to having a real family oriented household. So not having that aspect, was a reset and a refresher for me. Like, okay, this is what I built. This is what's gone now. Yeah. What am I building now? And also thinking about myself this time without just thinking about others. People say I was selfish. Some people say I was great. Everybody has their opinions. It is what it is. Yeah. For me, it's always been about the family. It's always been about making a better home or a better household for the little ones. For me, it's always been like, hey, if I can put the family on, I'm going to put the family on. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Even if I got to sacrifice what I got. Yeah. That's where the restart came from. Me putting myself kind of last or in the middle. Yeah. But I did have some selfish moments. I'm not going to lie. I was buying cars and shit and all kind of, wild shit. But, that's where I'm at in life. Restart, rebuild, and do it right this time, hopefully.
No, I could dig it. Well, I know, like, one of the things I've been finding myself in, I just recently quit my job, job that I worked for 3 years. It was really kind of motivated by the fact that there's a lot going on in the world currently today, as well as just, like, it's time to really kind of focus on, like, what he said, like, being more about myself. And really kind of relying on the idea that I have to build my own situation that's going to be beneficial to me. So on that, like, what kind of things are you doing to kind of restabilize and kind of look forward to bigger and better things?
To restabilize, so everybody knows I got a trucking company. Truck's down right now. CDLs got taken, legals, whatever. Got 8 months to that. So right now, process is just stacking money, redoing this home. And then once I can get the ball rolling again, hollering at my partner, somebody like Nate, Brandon, Uncle O, you know what I mean, Michael B, Alonda, people like that, like people that I'm in the industry with, you know what I mean, as far as trucking goes. Now, outside of the industry, entertainment and all of that, like, for me, that was Lil Rob, you know what I mean? So anything that had to do with music or anything like that nature, I was always with him. So for me to try to take that and run with that, still be kind of emotional for me. That's like I don't take it seriously because it's more personal. Yeah, you know what I mean. I usually just make music by myself or something like that, or with the kids because it's personal to me. Yeah, but I know my brothers and them would probably want that. You know what I mean? So I might step back into that. We'll see how that goes. I mean, we got you here with the cameras and stuff now, so we'll see how that goes. I know my kids rap, so they're all for it. If they can get in front of a screen and go to hell off, they gonna do that. I already know. You know what I mean? Shout out to them. And then we always got somebody like Pops to inspire me. Like, regardless of what the fuck I'm doing, I done seen that man go through hell and back. So for me, it's always been like, if he can do it, I can do it. Yeah. You know what I mean? If I can see my mom relearn how to walk, I can do whatever, bro.
Yeah, I can dig that.
That's how I feel.
Okay. So, like, with the, thinking about creativity, like, how has that kind of helped you deal with a lot of that, what you've been dealing with, just, like, relationship-wise and, like, just life in general?
You talking about creativity? You mean, like, when we make music or something?
Yeah, making music.
Okay, so this is how I feel about creativity. Like I said, it's therapeutic to me. So if I make a song, 9 times out of 10, it's just with the emotion I was feeling today. It really wasn't nothing big deal. I wasn't even taking it serious. Whatever the fuck was on my mind today is what I probably rapped about. Or, you know what I mean? If I felt like, we need to get out this house because I'm going crazy, I get my kids and I go do something fun. Yeah. That's always been therapy for me. Regardless of what the fuck going on in the world, I don't care. Yeah. If I got my kids, I got my family, we can go do something fun, I'd rather do that than anything else.
Yeah, I could dig that. Like, because I know, like, that's been, like, part of my creative process recently is, like, really kind of understanding, like, it's just for the fun of it, really. It's, like, I think a lot of what's happening now as far as it relates to creativity is like it's really kind of just strive to monetize stuff to make it like a value to people to buy it instead of just making it for the fun of it or making it for like what you use it for like therapeutical stuff.
So you want to brand it and make it a profit. It's pretty much what you're saying.
Nah, it's not necessarily that. I mean, like in the end it's that, but it's also knowing that it takes more than just saying it's analytical information just because this is the hot trend, just because of this. Sometimes it's just some random stuff that somebody created and it was hot and people enjoyed it, and it has no reason. It was just because it was there at that moment in time, you know. And then I guess that's the thing that I realized like a lot. Is that we live in that time period where people are trying to find some kind of, centeredness and stuff like that. And they're trying to understand the world, and they rely a lot on people's creativity to interpret that for them. So, it's pretty interesting. But like, what do you think about like the current state of like the government and stuff like that? Because we've had some pretty interesting discussions about Trump. I can remember one which was quite illuminating because you had a different perspective on the whole like situation with that. So if you can remember that, just let people know what it
like
was.
how I feel about the government.
Yeah, just all of it.
Everybody in this room right now is black. There's nothing we can control. Like I've always looked at the government like this. We were just born into this system. If you was born somewhere else, you'd be born into that system.
Yeah.
Regardless of what it is, and then you got to figure out a better ways to work around the system or figure out what the fuck you gonna do about the system. You know what I mean? And one person can't change the fucking world. I don't care who you are. It has to be united front. And what's the ratio to black people to white people in America? Fucking 30%. Like,
nah, I think it's like 13. Maybe.
That's my point. So even 13% versus all of America, you still not winning. However you feel emotionally.
Yeah.
You might, when it comes to government and politics, cut your emotions out. It ain't gonna work for you. You give a fuck how you feel about it. The people that's in power and the people with money is going to control whatever the fuck going on. Yeah. I just feel like if you have a perspective, if you don't like somebody, if you don't, boom, first see it from their eyes, see it from your eyes, and then another person's going to have another opinion. Yeah. You know what I mean? But depending on how many people feel one way, it's probably how it's going to go. Yeah. For example, if, I'm mad the kids didn't take out the trash, but you're not mad about it, and there's 3 people not mad about it, guess who's the odd man out? Me.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, regardless of how you feel about it. Like, I always just looked at it like, hey, bro, some of them thoughts, depending on what it is, you can share them. You know what I mean? Some people might feel like you, but I'm not going to say majority. You know what I mean? Yeah. You come from a different environment. Yeah. You know what I mean? A person in Africa that ain't had shoes is going to appreciate shoes more than we appreciate fucking shoes. Yeah. Like, me and my daughters love Jordans. Like, boom. I know one of my homies, my cousin Damon, don't give a fuck about no Jordans for real. He like, motherfucker, I'd rather go spend this on some equipment or something. Like, I already know. Like, so it's just one of them things where it's like, whatever your preference is, how you want to live, and if you don't like how America's going, go somewhere else. The fuck, you do have the choice to do that. Yeah. If you're American, you can go get a passport, go get whatever, and go wherever the fuck you want to go. Yeah. You know what I mean? You don't like Trump, you do like Trump. Well, most of America did, so he's the president now. The fuck? Get over it. Well, I mean, you got 8 years for it. You can give a fuck about what he's doing. It might start a war. Boom, boom. It's wars over time. America repeats itself. It's going to be wars. It's going to be politics. It's going to be money. It's going to be conclusions. It's going to be death. And it's going to be life. What you going to do about it? Nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess my concern right now is not so much that it's a cycle. I mean, there's always been a cycle. I mean, like, you could look at history and you could see, like, there's been, like, a people's because of, like, different things. Like, you had the Industrial Revolution, people mass moved from, like, the country into the city, and, there was mass poverty and stuff like that. Did people succeed? More than likely, But I guess in this time period, it's like, they're removing that ability for people to succeed, with like AI and stuff like that, and different things.
So what do you mean by the removing to succeed? That's my question, because you said removing to succeed.
Like, and this is going to get kind of conspiratorial right now. I just want to, because that's, I think like a lot of conspiracies are based on the facts. I think they just get twisted to a certain level that people just don't believe them anymore. I think one of the things that I look at is like over the course of me dealing with, what I'm dealing with, mental health wise and like career wise, I've been looking into like how AI applies to all that stuff, and how social media applies to all that stuff. And it's like,
question, hold on. Yeah. Well, let's not get off topic here. I asked you a question, Uncle Walt. When you say succeed, he's taking away the ability to succeed. scratch the mental health, scratch everything you just said.
Mm-hmm.
What is you're talking about jobs and opportunities, correct?
I'm talking about jobs and opportunity, actual motivation for going to get a job.
Motivation is a self thing.
You would think, but if people are now in mass relying on social media to find happiness, whether it's fleeting or not, they're relying on it. And and the point I was trying to make with is that,
So am I wrong to call them dumbasses?
I mean, you could say that, but it's also that the fact that there's a lot of outside influences that's playing into the
Man,
situation we have.
look, real life is happening outside of this phone.
Yeah,
Regardless if you can make money on it or do stuff with it, real life still happens. If all these went away, then what? You went back to the caveman era. Do you know how to fish? Do you know how to camp? Do you know how to do any of these things?
Yeah,
This is
that
what
makes
I would
sense.
motivate people to do. Get the fuck outside.
Yeah, that makes sense, but I guess it's like, to the bigger point, it's like the corporations in general are conspiring to make people you like reliant on them for everything. Like, if you work
So you
with
would talk.
Amazon-
So you would talk about like how we had to go in quarantine, and then people had to use these mobile devices to survive.
yeah, and that
Find
manner.
remote jobs. It kind of limited them. It kind of put them in that
Yeah.
in that aspect. Maybe I don't feel that way just because I had a CDL and I was still outside during the quarantine where everybody else was inside.
Yeah, but I guess to the point of like mental health, one of the things that I've realized is that looking at some promotion information about how the social media is going to change, is just going to be more focused on building a friendship. So you'll have social media building a friendship with people.
So you basically saying like Megan, the
Yeah.
movie Megan,
Yeah.
where the little girl. So they're gonna have kids being friends with robots. I mean, I guess they do that on Roblox already.
Yeah.
They got friends on there. They do whatever. But
Yeah.
my whole thing is, I always looked at social media as ways to connect to people around the world. That's all I've ever looked at it as. I mean, it's promotional. You could do
Yeah.
whatever with it. But as far as the mental aspect of it, like, okay, when you say it's controlling your mental stability, I mean, if you in your phone all day, then yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like,
But-
for example, you putting this together today, this probably made you happy, correct?
Yeah.
It was motivational.
Yeah.
You just said I was one of them people that kind of motivated you to get to this. But I'm looking at it in the aspect of, this is social media, but none of this stuff that you just did, teaching her, teaching him, telling me to get down here and talk with you,
Yeah.
none of that had to do with no goddamn phone or anything.
That's from your perspective. It had a lot to do with my perspective of why this
No.
is
That's
happening.
not what I'm saying. I get what you're saying on that point.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, before we hit record, before we got the technology in our hands,
Yeah.
right? Before we did any of that, there was a physical aspect of you not even being on social media putting this shit together, correct?
Yeah, that is true.
That's my point right there. When people learn how to separate themselves from what the hell is actually going on online,
Yeah.
I think they'll be a lot happier.
Like, yeah, but I guess that's the thing. The corporations are making it that they can't do that. And you would say, like, you have, like, free will and you could do this. But if, let's say, for instance, let's say,
We hypothetically speaking?
yeah,
Okay.
like, hypothetically speaking, like, let's say, like, you're in a house environment, right?
Okay.
And, like, you have people living in your house. And, it's dinner time. We'll just take dinner time, right?
Okay.
And, like, everybody gets to eat. But you make it so they want them to eat what you want to eat. You don't go and ask everybody, hey, you got a choice of anything that you want. You say, okay, well, you have a choice of hamburgers or chicken. You want the chicken, so you make the chicken more enticing. So everybody says, you know what, this sounds good. I'm going to eat the chicken.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like en masse in more intensive ways, with technology and algorithms and all that stuff. They are saying, this is what you want. This is what they want you to think. And they're promoting it through the various algorithms to manipulate people to feel the way that they feel, to do what they want them to do.
Oh, so you saying people on internet